Hi, my name is Shreya and I go by they, she pronouns. I am a photographer, educator, recent drag artist. I write, I sing, I dance. I think I'm a multidisciplinary artist, as they say. But who I am at the core of me is a deep empath that has endless patience and immense love to give to every person that crosses my path. I couldn't be more happy than to be doing this today. My journey as a queer person has been full of ups and downs, a full roller coaster, as most of our journeys usually are. Initially, I did hit a few dead ends when it came to a few family members, but mashallah, over the years, it's been nothing short of phenomenal. Everybody's been open to understanding who I am as a person, willing to learn, change, grow along with me, and learn all the things that they've learned ever since they were born, because that's the kind of people that raised them and the kind of people that raised me. So I had a lot of unlearning to do myself with my queer, half Hindu, half Muslim identity. I have always been beyond the binaries. I feel like the more I got to know myself, I realized I've been like an onion my whole life, thinking I was a cherry tomato. The more I peel back the layers, the newer labels, I don't know, I don't like the term labels as much, but the new words that I found felt more me than the other words. I used to identify as a bisexual woman, and I'm still navigating my gender identity and my sexuality till this very date. So, yeah, journey as a queer person has been a whole thing, and I am glad to have made it as far as I have, because in the India that I lived before we were decriminalized, I never thought I would make it past 24. Here I am today at 30, still hoping and still fighting for a better future for us, every one of us, honestly. Because being queer or being part of any minority at all gives you the perspective to understand that anybody that doesn't understand our struggles is just coming from a place of privilege and might not even have malice in their hearts, but do malice anyway. So yeah, journey as a queer person has been pretty hardcore, I would say. My sexual orientation, as I've spoken about endlessly, also has been that I seek very lovely female partnerships when I was a small kid, and I used to have these very intense friendships with women all along, until one day when I was grown up enough to learn about other queer identities such as my own in college. I went to a girls' college. I had the chance to meet two of the most loveliest people. I saw their relationship bloom, and that gave me a chance to recognize and realize my feelings at the age of 19. It took me a really long time to come to terms with my orientation and my sexuality, but once I did, well, there was no looking back, and I could not be happier or prouder for how much I've fought within myself, with everything and everybody in society. I have reached a place in my life where when people ask, usually cishet people ask, "Oh, so when are you getting married?" My easiest answer is when the government allows me to go, when the country allows me to. So yeah, I knew who I was when I was a little girl, but that definition of who I am kept changing as the world affected me. But I'm just grateful that I found myself, and I continue to find myself every day since that one day that I saw the love that existed between two people who identified as women. Suddenly it all makes sense. I don't appreciate the whole theme of coming out, because coming out almost makes me feel claustrophobic, and not everybody is in the closet. Some people like to keep their lives private, and that's perfectly fine. Some people choose to not identify as anything or anybody, and that's okay. I do think there is a necessity for a shift in mindset which allows people to see it as a letting in, because coming out almost makes it a requirement, and letting in makes it something that's more in our own personal control. Coming out has been cancelled for me.
Not really.
But yeah, I've been letting people in since I was all of 20, and I've realized that the people that mean the most to me all know by now. I continue to live as a loud and proud queer person in 2024 in India, and I'm not ashamed, I'm not terrified. I will never be anything but queer, and that gives me a lot of peace in knowing. Being a queer artist and exploring my own gender identity, sexuality, orientation, body, needs, desires, I do believe that everything I experience, whether it be music, art, anything, everything affects my art. As a queer person, it's an almost obvious situation for me that who I am is what reflects in my work, all that I chose to show to the world as well. Doesn't mean that I no longer shoot heterosexual people or couples or anything, you know. It just means that I have a queer perspective, a queer lens to everything and everyone around me. What is a queer perspective or a gaze that's queer is the softness that we see during the harshest of times, our idea of joy, and how we can find it in all the smallest little things. At least that holds true for me. Yeah, it shapes up everything I create. About my partner and myself, what can I say? I'm here. And she's just in the other room watching Modern Family, waiting to have dinner together, because that's the one meal that we get to share oftentimes, and we value that time immensely. How we met was, we've been a pandemic love story. It was a lot of late nights and long calls, getting to know one another on a very deep level right from the beginning, not actually seeing each other for almost 3 to 4 months. When we did, it was undeniable the amount of affection and love that we had for one another. It's going to be 4 years now. I can say with utmost pride and honor, gratefulness, that I'm glad every single day that I get to live a life where my partner exists. No matter the bickering or the petty fights, the fact that we're growing a life together with our 2 cats and hopefully another cat or a dog soon in the future. It's the balance that we have. It's the grounding energy that we give to one another. It's how well we complement one another in every aspect of life. Yeah, I can't find more words to say just how grateful I am for her and for us to be together. My parents almost didn't know for quite a long time, at least not from me directly, but I used to have a live-in relationship while I was in college with my girlfriend, who would be staying over almost 19 out of 30 days, so I'm assuming they knew. But I think I was met with some really harsh words when one of my parents got to know. I'm just glad that they've grown from there and things look different now. My other parent was curious about what was going on with me and approached my sister to learn about it or to understand it, and apparently it took 7 days to come to terms with it. And I knew nothing about it till much later when an article of mine was published in the papers during Pride Month. A couple of years ago now. I remember them just sending WhatsApp forwards to every person in the family, and I remember feeling just the slightest bit worried about how they'd react to me or towards me. I was quite surprised because when I went home, all they said was, "How was the interview? Was it okay? What was it for?" And pretty chill after that. I don't think I ever formally introduced my girlfriend to one of my parents. before they passed away. But everybody else in my family now is at a place with us where we are loved, we are given as much respect as anybody else. It's nice. It's good. It's good. They won't suddenly turn into some monster that lives under your bed. Your child is just as much your child today than they were yesterday, and more today than they were yesterday, because they've chosen to let you in and not the other way around. It's important to recognize that it takes so much trust, so much time, so much courage, and so much reassurance within to feel safe enough to let somebody in. Honor that trust, let them know and reassure them that you'll love them more for being able to live their truest version. Because we've seen enough in our lives and we've hurt ourselves enough in our lives to know that it would just be so much easier if we were normal in this society. But it's so much better when we realize we're phenomenal and we learn to thrive. So it would be nice if you learn to thrive with us, because one way or another, birds always fly their nest. So make it a pleasant flight. So we were celebrating everything from Eid to Christmas to Diwali to Navratri. Cannot forget Navratri. Which I think also gave us the freedom to learn and explore our personal relationship with what we wish to believe in or what we do believe in. I always did believe in a higher power, but it's been like a topsy-turvy, up and down, very much like my own identity kind of journey. When it became undeniable to me, much like my queerness, I decided to pursue it further and see all the bountiful gifts, abundance it could bring to me in my life. I think it was the most beautiful decision I've ever taken, and I don't think I would have known how to do that had I not had a similar journey when it came to understanding who I am and accepting my own queerness. I have so much to thank my younger self for leading me into this beautiful life journey of finding who I am and finding what my larger purpose in life is. Nothing gives me more pleasure than making sure that wishes do come true. And so like, are you looking at this sari? Are you kidding me? This is literally a whole spiritual person. Can't be happier with this sari. Forever going to be an absolute favorite in my life. Today, as a queer person, I get to be a shoulder to lean on, a mom when required, a friend when required, a healer when required, a home when required, to so many of our babies and strangers, understanding how deep my empathy goes, understanding how deep my spirituality goes, has been truly phenomenal. To queer giddies, what I would like to tell you is, don't let anybody ever tell you that you cannot be, because you are right now and you will continue to be. Don't deny yourself the simple pleasures in life. We only have so much left. If for your safety you need to continue being an individual that has to exist in a cis-het society with a cis-het passing situation, please always give safety the first and the utmost priority in your life. You are not liable to let anybody in. You are not liable to come out. It's not required of you. So when you feel ready, we're all here waiting with very open arms and an even open heart to bring you on this bright side, because you know what's on the other side of the rainbow? It's not a pot of gold. It's better. It's queers. and your community is waiting for you, and we will hold you and love you just the same. So stay safe and don't rush. It's all waiting for you. What does pride mean to me? Pride to me means being able to have the chance to take a breath when so many of us lost our lives just trying to breathe and exist and coexist in a system that was never made for us. Pride to me is being able to look into my girlfriend's eyes, my partner's eyes, my wife's eyes, and say that I love you and I want to be with you and I hope we can get married, and being able to share a home with the two babies together. Pride to me means the years and years of learning and unlearning that I did with my family, the amount of effort I took so that everybody could understand that I was no longer I'm not a different me. I just am more me than I was before. Pride is everything and more to me. It's community, it's home. I would much rather be in a room filled with my community, the one that I've built for myself, than in a room full of strangers. Any day. That's pride to me. Pride is having a home filled with our babies, our queers, enjoying a game night, or just sitting around and talking until early hours of the morning and feeling safe. Pride is safe. That's pride to me. It's a joy and celebration on the inside, which is shared with all the ones that we love. The part of my journey that I take most pride in is the fact that the same college that I studied in, where I figured out my identity, is the same college I returned to as a photography professor, an openly queer photography professor, coexisting, teaching, being on campus as my full, whole, true self. I think that's the one that I take utmost pride in. Other than that, life coming full circle moment, our idea of joy and how we can find it in all the smallest little things. At least that holds true for me. And yeah, it shapes up everything I create. The thing I take most pride in is the community that we've been able to build for ourselves. The people that we love, cherish, the ones who make this a more proud affair for us. We love you, we cherish you. Thank you so much for coming into our lives.